Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Jill, and I will be guiding our meditation this morning. And I've got a brief reading, and then we'll have some time for reflection and contemplation. Our reading this morning is from The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, and it's entitled The Secrets of the Spiritual Heart. Very few people understand the heart. In truth, your heart is one of the masterpieces of creation. It is a phenomenal instrument. It has the potential to create vibrations and harmonies that are far beyond the beauty of piano strings or flutes. You can hear an instrument, but you feel your heart. And if you think that you feel an instrument, it's only because it touched your heart. Your heart is an instrument made of extremely subtle energy that few people come to appreciate. In most human beings, the heart does its work unattended. Even though its behavior governs the course of our lives, it is not understood. If at any given point in time the heart happens to open, we fall in love. If at any given point in time it happens to close, the love stops. If the heart happens to hurt, we get angry. And if we stop feeling it altogether, we get empty. All of these different things happen because the heart goes through changes. These energy shifts and variations take place in the heart, run your life. You are so identified with them that you use the words I and me when you refer to what's going on in your heart. But in truth, you are not your heart. You are the experience of your heart. So I invite us this morning to take that into our contemplation. As we just take a nice breath in and let that out, allowing ourselves to relax and to breathe and to perhaps notice the beating of your heart. Place your hand over your heart if you're comfortable and just feel the beat of your heart. A gentle rhythm. And imagine as you're breathing that you're breathing into your heart, in and out, in and out. And just take your awareness into that beat of life within you. I invite you once again to take a breath in and release. And sense and feel your heartbeat. And as we begin to bring our awareness back into our body, we know that this heartbeat, this love is always with us. And we can always simply touch our heart, feel it, breathe into it, and bring our awareness to center. This now concludes our meditation time. I invite you to open your eyes when you're ready. Stretch. And stay tuned for our upcoming service. Namaste. Oops. Crash. Boom. Good morning. I guess I can turn this off.
Healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Yes, I am. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. A little birdie told me life is so sweet. As I listen to her song, I know I am complete. I have all the keys to love, joy, and peace. The power is infinite. Love will wealthy and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. A little birdie told me life is so sweet. As I listen to her song, I know I am complete. I have all the keys to love, joy, and peace. The power is infinite. Love will increase. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. I am happy, so healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Every day I'm happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Can't you see I'm happy now? So healthy, wealthy, and wise. I'm happy and healthy, wealthy. I am happy, I'm healthy, and wealthy, I'm wise. I am happy and healthy and wealthy and wise.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being.
wise, and I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Yes, I am. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. A little birdie told me life is so sweet. As I listen to her song, I know I am complete. I have all the keys to love, joy, and peace. The power is infinite. Love will increase. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. I'm happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. A little birdie told me life is so sweet. As I listen to her song, I know I am complete. I have all the keys to love, joy, and peace. The power is infinite. Love will increase. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. I'm happy, so healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Every day I'm happy, healthy, wealthy.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God is, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God is, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness?
Good morning. I invite you to rise and join us for our opening song.
Come together, heart and soul, as we love together. Young and old, we will sing together, together in one song. Come together, from different worlds we are drawn together. In our own way we can pray together. Together we are strong. I see God in you. You see God in me. One path, one vision, one family. Come together, dreams and hands we will join together to build a place we can grow together. Together we are whole.
Well, good morning. My name is Jim, and it's my honor to welcome you to Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach successful living from the inside out. Happy Mother's Day to all moms who are here and everywhere. May you experience profound peace, knowing you are appreciated, valued, and loved more than words could ever express. A big welcome to everyone joining us in virtual community online. If you're watching our live stream today, be sure to check it in the chat. I'm grateful for each and every one of us who's here today. And if you're visiting with us for the very first time, we're especially glad that you're here. Get the bigger picture when you sign up for our email list. We send a Saturday newsletter with upcoming services, events, and classes, and a Mindful Monday email with a recap of our weekly message and spiritual practices to carry you into the week. We're on Facebook and YouTube with inspiring posts and streaming live each Sunday, and you can always watch videos of our past messages later at scottsdalecsl.org. We encourage our social media users to follow us on Facebook and the gram, as the kids say, and to check in when you're with us here at the center. This helps further our reach, and it nudges that infamous algorithm to put SCSL in front of more eyes. And if you're feeling a little ambitious, please leave a positive review wherever you find our listing, on Google and on Yelp, etc. How was your drive in this morning? Yes, they're doing some freeway work, but it wasn't too tragic on the 101. Through next Sunday, though, so plan ahead. You can always visit a.gov website for more information. All right, we have a sacred service opportunity coming up. There are flyers available in the front, and this is Feed My Starving Children. It's a wonderful organization that provides nutrition to starving children around the world. We'll be joining with other teams to pack hundreds, thousands actually, of meals for these kids. It's super fun, high energy, filling bags, and sealing it up and dancing around. We'll be wearing fashionable hair nets. I'm not sure if they've got the beard nets yet. A lot of places do the beard nets, but I've done this many, many times over the years, and it's just an absolute joy. That's on Wednesday, June 3rd at 4:45 to 6:15. And if you'd like to join, we'll go out afterwards for a quick bite to eat. Awesome. So yeah, sign up is online. There's a QR code. All the details are on the flyer out in the lobby. Let's see. We are a growing and vibrant spiritual community and happy to meet new friends each week. We have a mission, vision, and purpose statement, and I invite you to join us as we read or recite this into our service together. Our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and community transformation. Our vision is a world that works for everyone. Our purpose is to awaken to our spiritual magnificence And so it is. One of the ways we teach successful living from the inside out is through the practice of gratitude. Gratitude and attitude are not challenges. They are choices, says Robert Braith. The reason gratitude is an important spiritual practice is because it keeps us focused on what's good in our lives. It's an important part of right thinking. We've gotten good feedback on our gratitude mini meditation, so if you're comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a breath in and release. Gently ask yourself, what am I grateful for in this moment? As that awareness comes forward, whether it's something simple or something significant, just allow yourself to feel it. Now, just notice, how did I use right thinking this week? Maybe in a small moment, maybe in something bigger. Take another breath in and release. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. I've seen some peaceful smiles. So I trust something meaningful came forward for you. I'll open the mic, and if anyone would like to share with the group this morning.
Good morning. I might not be the only mama here. Are you a mom? Oh, I am the only mother. Anyhow, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that aren't here. I'd like to acknowledge Miss Reverend Jill. I've been paying attention. I've been paying attention to your YouTube and your Instagram postings, and I'm impressed. She's finally getting out there on social media. So good girl. Great. It's beautiful and well done. So thank you for that. Very nice. Very nice. So thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all.
Awesome. Anyone else? Ms. Lori.
I'm really grateful for in this space and the consistency of loving support and connection that I receive here in this community. And I'm also grateful this week for new friends. I met a wonderful new person yesterday. That was very inspiring, and we played. We threw these sticks back and forth. It was just so spontaneous and silly and fun and great. And she's somebody who's in kind of more the holistic healing realm. So kind of helped me really ground into that part of myself and my world. And also I'm very grateful for this course that I've been taking called Quantum Ayurveda with one of my favorite Ayurvedic teachers out of Boulder, Colorado. And it's been very stimulating and exciting and bringing me into new sequences. It's techniques that I've known, but the way they're being put together for longevity and rejuvenation and things like this, it's really exciting, and I really feel it. And I have a tendency to be ungrounded and kind of all over the place. And this past week, I've felt really grounded, but at the same time, very elevated and clear. So I'm really grateful for that.
Thanks, Lori. Well, I'm extraordinarily grateful for Joe Hammer, for all the work he does for the center here, and for his talk last week, which was amazing. Yeah, clap, 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 clap. I found myself this week when I wake up in the morning being aware of that. What do you call that period? The period where you wake up and you're, picking up my little iPad by my bed and reading some Ernest Holmes, this thing called You, and that's made a big difference in my week. So thank you very much. Anyone else to share? All right. Then it is my pleasure to introduce Reverend Jill for our affirmative prayer.
Thank you, Jim.
Light the candle.
And light the candle, right? I always forget this part. All right. Yes, and I would say thank you, Joe, also for filling in last week and had a wonderful visit. My gratitude is for a lovely time with long-term, I will say, girlfriends. We celebrated 19 years this year of our annual beach trip. So yay to us. All right, would you join me in prayer, please? As we come together this morning, how grateful I am with a very full heart for each and every one that is gathered here in this space as we come together in celebration of life, in celebration of spirit, in celebration of love. As we recognize that there is only love. It is the power and the presence that is in, through, and as all that is. It is the infinite source. It is the presence. It is universal energy. We call it God. We call it source. We call it presence. It's not as important what we call it as the recognition of the allness that it is. And that it is all right here within each one of us, in, through, and as us, expressing as our life, individualized and unique, yet in that oneness, in that wholeness that we are, it is, no separation. Even though there may be an illusion that we are separate from those joining us online this morning who are in different physical locations, we're not separate, we're one. Even if it's someone listening later, we are still one. One in consciousness, one in wholeness. And so from this place of oneness, I speak my word for and about each of us that's gathered. Each is such a blessing to this community, to the world, to our families, our friends. We are that love in action. We are the pebbles on the pond that spread love and joy and peace and harmony and wholeness out into the world. That is our work. I am grateful for this center that is here for us as a place of respite, a beacon for seekers of spiritual truth, for those who seek a deeper relationship with this allness that is life, a deeper understanding of it and application of the universal laws that exist for our use. And this morning I bless all faith traditions, knowing that there are many paths to understanding this oneness, to understanding this infinite love, and that all of them are right. There's no wrong way to get to know the divine. It's all good. It's all God. And I bless all beings around this planet, knowing that we are all steeped in the oneness and the wholeness, knowing that peace exists in our hearts and is unfolding in our lives, in the lives of all around this world. I bless our board of trustees and their service, our volunteers and their service to this community, and all of our financial stewards who support this community in its being and its circulation and celebration of this message out into the world. And for this and so much more, I am grateful. Grateful, thankful, pressed down to overflowing. As I release this into the action and activity of law, knowing that it's already done, we affirm this truth together by saying, and so it is.
I don't know why God made one bedroom apartments out of state. I don't know why he made hometowns if it's somewhere I can't stay. I don't know why he made growing up, but I guess that we're all gonna. Yeah, I don't know a lot of things, but I know why God made mamas. For the open arms to fall into, for the when you don't know what to do, for the phone call saying don't forget I'm always in your corner, for the heart that makes a house a home, for the knowing that you're not alone, for the darling don't you Putting band-aids on a scraped up knee and wiping tears away. Picking up the pieces when that dream don't go your way. For always giving more than taking, always knowing what you need. Showing you the fighting's always best done on your knees. For the open arms to fall into, for the when you don't know what to do, for the phone call saying don't forget I'm always in your corner. For the heart that makes your house a home, for the knowing that you're not alone, for the darling don't you dare give up, even when you wanna. Yeah, that's why God made mamas. Oh, oh, mamas, mamas. I don't know why God made living life down here so hard to do, but I know why God made mamas, 'cause he knew I needed you. Oh, for the open arms falling when you don't know what to do. For the phone call saying don't forget I'm always in your corner. For the heart that makes your house a home, for the knowing that you're not alone. For the darling, don't you dare give up, even when you want it. Yeah, that's why God made mamas. Oh, oh, mamas.
Hello. My name's Forrest Gump. Do you want a chocolate? I could eat about 1.5 million of these. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
It's true, isn't it? It's true. We plan, we plan, we plan, we dream, but we still don't really know what tomorrow will bring. We don't know what's around the next corner on the path. Life can be unpredictable. Did you ever receive these as a kid? Yeah. These will be up front after service for you. Yeah. We used to get those sometimes when I was growing up, and it was always a very fancy treat for us because we didn't do stuff like this very often. But back in those days, the lids didn't have what was in there. So it was always a guessing game of what you were going to get. And you'd stare and you'd stare and you'd stare to try to figure out where the caramels were. But sometimes you got the orange filling fluffy stuff instead, or whichever one you didn't like. But you never knew until you took that first bite, right? You never knew until you took the first one. And sometimes it was wonderful, and sometimes it wasn't. My message today is life is like a box of chocolates. And we're celebrating mothers. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. And we're celebrating chocolates as we explore how life unfolds by design or by default, depending on what's inside of us. The beliefs, the stories, what we think we know, who we think we are, determines how life unfolds. And today I want to talk about stories. We all have them. Yes? No? Yes, we all have stories. And they are our interpretation of how life happens through us and to us. They're also precedents, if you will, of what we have established for how our life works and how our life will work in the future. Remember, precedence in legal terms is a prior case law, where some judge ruled on something, and we can use that in our case as validation for what is true and right. And we do the same thing in our minds. We set our own precedents through life experiences and through the stories we make up about those. Now, some of these are really good, right? Some of them are really good. I touched a hot stove a long time ago and I got burned really bad. So if I touch a hot stove again, I'm going to get burned really bad. That's probably something good to know, right? That's a good thing to know. But what about the one that says, I had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a wife or a husband and they broke my heart. So if I ever open my heart again, I'm going to get my heart broken. What about that one? What about that one? There are as many happy stories about romance and love as there are unhappy ones. Have you heard the statistic? 50% of all marriages fail. Well, do you realize that 50% are successful? Are you a glass half empty or a glass half full person? What precedent have you set for yourself for love and romance? That's just one example. Ernest Holmes is the author of The Science of Mind that we teach from, and one of the core messages that he has in The Science of Mind says principle is not bound by precedent. Principle is not bound by precedent. Principle, spirit, universal energy is unlimited. And we are the only ones that can limit its expression through us. Now, life is unpredictable simply because there's so many of us, and each and every one of us has been given the gift of choice and free will. Everyone in this room, online, everybody around the world, bajillions and bajillions of us. And I don't know if you've noticed, but everybody doesn't make good choices. Just me that notices these things. And while we may not agree with them, we all have the right to make them, right? We have that ability. What if instead of expecting life to be fixed and always in alignment with us, we begin to anticipate its unpredictability? Now, my science and minders are going, whoa, wait, we pray so it's predictable, right? But it's still unpredictable. Anybody ever been on a roller coaster? Looks like a train, right? On the track, chugga, 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 chugga. But then it goes up, it goes down, and it goes right and left and around. It goes really, really, really fast. It is no simple little train. And life can be that way, can it not? Life can be like a roller coaster. Has anybody ever been, you don't have to raise your hand, has anybody ever been fired or demoted? Fired or demoted? Well, I've had the pleasure too, Jim, of both of those things in my lifetime. When I was 19 and moved to Dallas, Texas, from the little bitty town of Pembroke, Virginia, I got my first job there. And it was in an electrician's company. And I was there not quite a month. Friday afternoon, I got fired. Now, I was surprised, but I wasn't. I didn't really like that job. I really didn't like that job very much. But I needed that job. And the firing was very unexpected and very scary. And I felt very uncertain about life in that moment. Later in my career, after I got into the jewelry business, it was right after the Christmas holidays, and it had been hectic and a lot of long hours. At least back in those days, it was 12 hours, 7 days a week kind of thing. And after the holidays, I took a vacation, about 2 weeks, and went away for a nice vacation. I came back all refreshed and ready to go with ideas I was ready to begin to implement in the store. And before I could start doing that, I got a call into upper management, and they said, we're going to be demoting you from manager to assistant manager, and we're going to transfer you out to somewhere else, a different store, smaller store. I was devastated. I had plans for growth and expansion and all this wonderful stuff, and I got surprised with the demotion. So later on, I replaced that supervisor and took over all the stores in Dallas, but that's a different story for a different talk. Anyway, my point is that life can present us with unexpected situations that leave us feeling uncertain, that leave us scared. And scared is part of living, isn't it? We try to teach ourselves how not to be scared, but being scared happens. The important thing about any of this stuff that happens to us is how we deal with it, right? It's always, always, always how we deal with it. Do we let the negative situations define us as failures or as fighters? As failures or as fighters? Getting fired from a job did not mean that I was worthless and now would be fired from every job in the future that I ever tried to take. Unless that's the story I told myself, right? Many of us are not aware of the negative beliefs and stories that we carry around, those associations that we've made over time when things have happened. The stories are the precedents that we set for ourselves. How many times do we consciously want a healing, a better job, more financial abundance? But yet we continue with the same thought patterns and the same stories we've been telling ourselves year after year after year. I want this, but I haven't healed this, and there's that disconnect. There's that disconnect. As I was looking at this Forrest Gump movie and pulling that quote this weekend, came across some of the Rocky stuff. Remember the Rocky movies from the 70s? Big franchise. How many did you do? 27 or something crazy? And then he came back in 2015 in that same franchise with Creed, I believe it was. Anybody see those boxing movies? They're all boxing. Well, in a boxing movie, you typically hear somewhere in there about get up on your toes, move around more. Don't be flat-footed, right? Don't be flat-footed. They keep them moving. They keep them moving and flexible so they're ready for wherever that next punch is going to come from, to dodge it, evade it, or to meet it, right? Keep moving, stay flexible. And that's a great analogy for us and our lives, is to stay flexible. Not necessarily that we want to become a boxer, right? Unless you do. That's nothing wrong with that if you do. Nothing wrong. But it means that we're always ready for what life tosses at us. Anybody had any surprises this year? The 5 months that we've been in this year. Anybody had any surprises yet? Sure, absolutely. Things we were not expecting. And if we're flexible, we can move with those, right? We can move with those. Ernest Holmes reminds us that life is to be lived. And the person who is the most flexible and non-resistant to it not only gets along the best in it, but is the only person who is truly happy. That's a big statement. Now, we're not talking about going along to get along, right? We're not talking about that. That's a different thing. This is a true sense of embracing the flow of life through us, of recognizing when things change. Okay, we're going this way now. I need to change out of my cocktail gown and into blue jeans. Got it. It's a change. It's a shift, something different. We roll with the flow of life. Thomas Troward was one of Ernest Holmes' teachers, and he taught us that the infinite can do for us only what it can do through us, and that the power to be delivered must be equal to the instrument through which it flows. That's you. You are the instruments through which Spirit flows. How much of Spirit are you allowing to flow through you? How much are you allowing? Are you flexible and expansive for more? Are you rigid and closed-minded? Sometimes we have stories about how much power, how much love we can allow through our lives, don't we? We have limitations. We have our self-imposed ceilings that we have set. If your stories are limiting you, I would invite you to change them. We have that power. We can change our story. We can change our interpretation of the facts of things that happened. Make up a better story. Make up one that shows you possibility. Make up one that is from a more mature perspective than when you made up the other one, because you're more mature now than you were even yesterday, right? A lot of things that happened to us when we were much younger, and we see them through a lens that is much different from the lens we look through today. So I invite you, if you've got some of those stories, look at them differently. I sometimes catch myself telling the, oh, ain't it awful story. Anybody else ever had one of those? Yeah. Over and over and over again, ad nauseum, till I get sick of it. And I know y'all get sick of it, so I know you're tired of hearing it too. But yeah, I get caught in that sometimes. Now, part of that's human nature. We want to purge that stuff and get it out of us. That, I want to be heard. Oh, woe is me. Do you sympathize with me? Okay, good. Now let's move on. But sometimes we get hooked. Sometimes it becomes a habit. And when it becomes a habit, it's a bad habit. It's a bad habit because it gets embedded in us, in our subconscious, and we begin to use it as precedent for what's going to happen next. So that's a bad habit. If you have an old story you keep telling yourself and everyone else, I invite you to stop, to create a new narrative for yourself. Change your perspective of what happened, of what it means to you today, and more importantly, the precedent that it sets for you for tomorrow. Let's consider when I got fired at the young age of 19. I could have given up. Oh my gosh, country girl moved to the city and got fired on her first job. I got to pack my car up, move right back home to Virginia. I'm a failure. I am broken. I am worthless. Oh my gosh, I hope they'll give me that job back at that drugstore. I was good at that one. I bet they give me that one back. And I can go back there and I can live my life out. But I didn't do that. I cried all the way home. I was terrified. I was alone in a big city. I didn't have any source of income. I didn't have rich parents, rich relatives. I didn't have anything. I had to figure this out. And so the next day I started looking for a job. And I was back to work in a week. I could have told that story all of my life about how I got fired and how awful it was, that I'm no good. But instead, it's become one of the funniest moments of my life, of my employment history, is the day I got fired. And the day that I realized that I was not a very good secretary. And that there were other opportunities ahead of me, a different life for me. Thank you, God. because my life has unfolded wonderfully. It's something that I'm grateful for. It's something that I'm grateful for, that I learned that early on. So what seemingly negative thing in your storybook can you find gratitude for? How can you change it? How can you shift it? Where can you find the humor in that story? If you've been around a while, you know we send that newsletter out every Saturday morning. Everybody's subscribed, right? Everybody gets it and reads it, top to bottom. Okay, good. So yesterday you saw the Prosperity Corner. It's one of the last things that's in there. It's down the bottom. And every week I have a quote and I write a little blurb about prosperity principles for us to take into our weekly practice. And yesterday I found a quote by English author T. Horlick Jones. And he said, uncertainty is life's way of creating exciting opportunities for growth. Now, if you read that little blurb I wrote yesterday, I told you about ministerial school and how when the unexpected showed up for us during school and events and things happened, we had a little saying that it was another friggin' opportunity for growth. But that was tongue in cheek because we knew that in that opportunity was a gift. It may be dressed up like a challenge, wrapped in a black bow or whatever, but it was a gift from Spirit for our expansion and growth in that sacred yes that we had said to our calling. It can be challenging for us to look at uncertainty, whether it's in our health, whether it's in the political climate of the world, rising prices, the financial markets a little bouncy. It can be challenging to see from the perspective of opportunity rather than through the eyes of fear. What might be possible if we could? What might be possible if we looked at the uncertainty, if we looked at the unpredictable through the eyes of possibility? How much stress could we relieve off of ourselves? Can we look at a health challenge as a wake-up call from our body saying, hello, please take better care of me. Please feed me better. Give me more hydration. Move me once in a while. Can we look at it that way rather than woe is me? Can we develop a perspective of the temporary nature of everything? If we look at our lives on the time spectrum of the world of time, that's our life. 100 years, 120 years, that's our life. It is such a blip in time, and everything is temporary, and we see it all around us in nature. We see the leaves come and go. We see the flowers bloom and stop blooming. We see the grass grow. It's constantly changing. Everything is temporary, including ourselves, right? Including ourselves. So when we can develop that, we can begin to think this too shall pass. This too shall pass, not as a way of resignation and defeatism, but as a way of recognizing it really will pass and it really is temporary. Now, we've all felt disappointment at times, yes? That's normal. That's normal to feel disappointed. But if we can learn to lean into the tools and the practices that we have, this beautiful spiritual toolbox that we've built here at Scottsdale CSL, we can begin building the bridges between our feelings of uncertainty and seeing those possibilities. Because that's what we're doing, right? We feel uncertain, but we want to get over here to possibility, so we need to bridge that. And we can do that with the spiritual tools that we teach. When we do, we'll better digest it all. The good, the not so good, as we embrace the unknown and savor everything. because all of it is Spirit expressing through us, right? Becoming more flexible, grateful, and adaptable helps us to begin to experience life as our favorite box of chocolates. Everything the favorite one, right? And when that occasional unexpected flavor shows up, we are so already filled up and abundant, feeling with faith and spirit and trust better stories. We can simply toss that away and pick another one. This week, I invite you to open to life and its abundant variety. So let's look at some spiritual practices to help us in designing our life this week. We're going to talk about four concepts we talked about this morning: unpredictability, flexibility, gratitude, and dealing with disappointment. Unpredictability. Life is not failing us when our plans change, when things are different, when surprises happen or circumstances shift, right? I know it can feel like life's out to get us when those things happen, but truly it's not. Unpredictability is part of the creative nature of life. The only constant is change. So our affirmation for unpredictability is, today I meet the unknown with curiosity. I love that affirmation. Today I meet the unknown with curiosity. Flexibility is not weakness. Spiritual strength is expressed through openness and adaptability and a willingness to grow beyond our stories. Each day I invite you to hold on now. Release the need to control outcomes. Okay? We're not control freaks. Don't sweat. It's okay. It's okay. We can do this. We can do this. Let someone else choose. Consciously let someone else choose. And then agree with them. Intentionally change your routine. Intentionally change your routine. Write with the wrong hand for an hour. Change your routine. And listen without preparing your response. I'm bad about this. My mind will wander when somebody's talking. Not you people, of course. Not you. Nobody in this room. Other people. But sometimes that happens, and I have to consciously bring myself back to being present, and not thinking about what I'm going to say. Not thinking about what I'm going to say, but listening. Active listening. And number 3 is gratitude. Actively look for the unexpected gifts every day. They can be large or they can be small. Maybe it's a meaningful conversation with someone where it opens your heart or it opens their heart. Maybe it's an unexpected opportunity, right? Something comes to us. Perhaps it's a moment of beauty. I think I've shared before that my neighbor across the street has bougainvillea up on their wall. And this morning as I was preparing, I just noticed them. I can see them just over the angle of my courtyard wall, is their walls across the street. But it's this massive wall of fuchsia that is just so beautiful. And I just get mesmerized by it because it is so pretty and so beautiful. And I get lost in that moment and just feel that gratitude that I'm not looking just at a plain brown wall. I've got this beautiful bougainvillea there. So pay attention to those moments of beauty. Maybe it is receiving extra time. An appointment cancels and you get extra space. That happened to me on Friday. I felt so grateful. Maybe it's extra money or savings. You get something on sale. Yay. Perhaps it's kindness from another person. Do we pause when somebody opens a door for us and say thank you? When someone does a kind deed, do we pause and really appreciate that? And that sudden insight or feeling of peace. So many times I hear stories of, it just came to me out of the blue. I was talking with a lady Wednesday night at a chamber event that I was at, and she was talking about the name of her company, and it was an unusual name. And she shared with me that she had been working, trying to come up with a name, couldn't do it, and was doing something else. And her dog was there, and she's talking to her dog, and she's cooking or whatever. And she said, out of the blue, all of a sudden it came to me. I forget the name of the company, but it was her dog's name, and it was a Hawaiian name. And it means life everlasting or something. I don't remember all the details, and I'm sad about that, but I remember the experience was out of the blue. And to pause in those moments when we get those insights in gratitude. So your evening affirmation there is the universe constantly supports, surprises, and blesses me. Support, surprise, and blesses me. And the fourth one is the disappointments. Not every chocolate in the box is going to be our favorite, right? If disappointment happens to arise in you this week, I invite you to take 3 slow breaths, very conscious breaths, and then ask yourself, can I find self-compassion here in this moment? And can I trust that this too shall pass? This disappointment, this pain, this heartache, this too shall pass. May we be aware this week that even the unexpected flavors are spirit expressing life as itself. I'll leave us with a final quote this morning from Ernest Holmes, who says, again, principle is not bound by precedent, and our good is not limited or conditioned by any good that has ever been made manifest. Your good is only limited by what's inside of you. And so it is. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. You are blessed. Would you join me in prayer, please? As we turn within, we just set aside the chaos and the noise of the external and just breathe within, recognizing that this is the place of power, this is a place of one, this is a place of love, this is a place of spirit. It is the Holy of Holies within us. It is that which is infinite, greater than anything we can describe. It is a feeling. It is source essence. It is infinite love pressed down to overflowing, unconditioned and unconditional. It is that which has created the smallest and the largest, and everything in between. And it expresses in, through, and as all of its creation, experiencing life through that creation. And that is each one of us, created in the likeness and the image of this infinite love and presence from the one substance and the one source. We are one in the one, united in the wholeness and the presence of spirit, of each other, and of all beings on this planet. And so I speak my word for and about us, knowing that as we come together in this understanding of the movement of life, the flow of life, and the unpredictability in the system because of the free choice and free will we've all been given. Just knowing that it is all for us, that the universe is for us, and it does bless us and surprise us each and every day. I know for anyone that has anything on their heart that they seek prayer around this morning, as they lift that into this prayer, that whatever needs to be revealed is revealed or healed. If there is financial flow or abundance that is needed, whatever it is, we just know that as that is lifted into this prayer and this high consciousness, that the law is working on it already, and that it is being made manifest here and now. I bless our center and all who attend and support it, knowing that we are blessed to have this community, to be in community together. And I bless our beloveds that are unable to be with us this morning, knowing that they are in their perfect and right place, experiencing and expressing God in their own way. And so it is with a heart filled with joy, gratitude, and thanksgiving that I release this prayer into the action and activity of law, knowing that it is done, it is so, and we affirm this truth together by saying, and so it is.
I'm writing a new ending with a better storyline. Turn the page and leave the blanks with a plot that's less defined. And though I won't get back a day's stolen time, I could go to bed at night with a better storyline. Leave what can't be changed in the past. Let the old house burn down and the wind scatter the ash. Forgive myself for all the broken glass, what I didn't know how to say or ask. I'm writing a new ending with a better storyline. Turn the page and leave the blanks with a plot that's less defined. Though I won't get back a day's stolen time, I could go to bed at night with a better storyline. Here's a scene when I lost my map, when the breadcrumbs blew away and there was no way back. Just the compass of my heart to find the path, seen only in the dark. Flashed a lightning flash. I'm writing an ending with a better storyline. Turn the page and leave the blanks with a plot that's less defined. Though I won't get back a day's stolen time, I could go to bed at night with a better storyline. There are stories shaped like stones, the ones our hearts have always known, the ones we finally call our own. Down where the spirit meets the bone, I'm ending where another story starts. At the edges I can grow, even when they're razor sharp. I'm grateful for the words that I bookmarked before I really knew I'd need them for this part. I'm writing a new ending with a better storyline. Turn the page and leave the blanks with a plot that's less defined. Though I won't get back a day's stolen time, I could go to bed at night with a better storyline.
That is a song that just sums it all up for us. Principle is not bound by precedent. I think that was one of the most important things that I learned early on when I started studying this teaching. So thank you, Reverend Jill, for a wonderful talk and bringing that into our consciousness. I appreciate that. All right, acknowledging those who have joined us online. Among the crowd, we had Ron offer up Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. And we had Kathy who says, good morning and Happy Mother's Day. It's now time for grateful giving. If you feel enriched by today's service and would like to support the work we do together, I invite every person in the room and online to join us in the sacred practice of generosity. We have several ways to give as listed on this slide. And as the basket comes around, you're invited to give in whatever way feels right to you. whether that's a financial gift or simply a silent blessing for our center. All gifts are welcome. I invite you to hold your gift over your heart if you're comfortable and join me in our affirmation. I am an open channel through which prosperity flows. I accept the divine flow of goodness, ideas, and substance through me now. I am grateful for my full and prosperous life, and so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
We take this moment to honor the spirit of giving that moves through this community. We bless these gifts, and we bless every giver with gratitude and love. May what is shared here continue to support healing, growth, and the unfolding of good in the world. And so it is. Thank you again for your generosity in supporting our mission to provide spiritual tools for transformation and our vision of a world that works for everyone. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Bert for our closing announcements. Bert got the memo. We have pink in the clothing realm today here. Everyone is wearing pink.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you for the wonderful message. Good morning, everybody. If you would like an affirmative prayer today, leave a written prayer in the box up front or on the website 24/7. Remember to sign up today and receive the weekly newsletter and Mindful Monday recap. We are looking for volunteers for our audio and visual team. If you'd like to share your gifts and talents or learn something new, see Jim after the service. Training will be provided and commitment is one Sunday each month. Our May Art of Living Circle is moving to June 1st due to the Memorial Day holiday. Mark your calendar and join us. The new time is at 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in center or on Zoom. You can contact Reverend Jill for details in that Zoom link. The Science of Mind magazine is celebrating 100 years of circulation this year. They have a goal of 1,000 more new subscribers. If you're not already a subscriber, consider signing up today. Sign up a friend. Give a gift as a subscription as well. Use a QR code for more information. Remember to register and join us on our community outreach Feed My Starving Children. As we lend our hearts and hands to packing up food boxes, everyone is welcome. I already signed up. Next Sunday, Reverend Jill's message asks us, is faith a choice? We are also excited to welcome back our musical guest artist, Les Cool. And we'll be right back here next Sunday at 10 a.m. and 9:30 for meditation and streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Plus, there's a Wednesday night rebroadcast of today's message, 7 p.m. on both channels for our midweek boost. Please stand for our affirmation and closing song. I live in peace and share my joy. I am empowered by spiritual truth. Today I meet uncertainty with grace, and so it is.
1, 2.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, 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 let it let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, 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 let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. All in my house, I'm gonna let it shine. All in my house, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, 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 let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, 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 let it shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, 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 let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, 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 let it shine. Let it shine, 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 let it shine.